My first day at the school, it was kind of weird to see, like, I'm being the only black person, but then I got used to it.
It's different because schools like where I used to live, there was mostly black people, so it's like really different.
Most of my friends I have are white. I don't really have like any African American friends.
When I moved to America and seeing the differences between black and white made me realize that I was actually black.
When the other kids would play, a lot of the times it would be harder for them to like try to ask me to do something. I would kind of have to like put myself out there and be like loud and wild or something for them to be like, oh, he's cool or something like that.
And I get picked on a lot by teachers because, I'm always loud and talkative. But no, I don't think it's because of my race or, what I am. I don't think that at all. I just think it's just my personality that just kind of gets them, so.
It's definitely tough when your teachers discriminate, and some teachers are prejudiced. Sometimes they might not make it obvious, but you can clearly tell. Like sometimes you'll be in class and you'll be chilling with some friends or something, and you could just tell that the teacher has a different view on you than all the other kids in your class.
I'll be in class and I'll be talking to my white friends, and then my teacher will be like, hey, Yaya, be quiet. Like, they don't even consider that my friends were the ones that were being like super duper loud and not me.
You're basically pointed out all the time, like you're a target. You have a target on your back, like what's called names, or a little stereotype by like ignorant like white kids, and it's hard. You feel lonely. You don't feel like there's no one else.
You have a different perspective. You have different perspectives on all types of things, whether it's going to the grocery store and just being around all types of whites, knowing that people are watching you because they stereotype you. They probably think you don't have no money to get your own food.
What I think doesn't matter, and that's also another way it feels like identifying as what I am. What you see is what you get, So my opinion has never really, no matter how much I voice myself, it's not going to be heard.
I was on IEP with a little reading group, and in the IEP it was mostly black kids and colored kids, and I was looking at it and I was like, wait, point someone up to the teacher, and I was like, why are these kids in the IEP class? She's like, that's confidential. And I was like, but why aren't there any white kids? And she's like, she straight up said to me, she's like, well, maybe because they're smarter than you guys. And I was like, why? And she's like, it's because some people are not as smart as others because of the color of their skin. And she straight said that to me, my fourth grade teacher, and I was like, I didn't really get it, but I was like, all right, whatever.
In fifth grade, on the last day of school, there was a girl, and she had told me that I was black, I don't belong here, so I need to get my F out of here.
Probably in fourth grade when a kid called me poop because of my skin being brown.
Fourth grade, I remember walking home from school, and there was a little white kid who walked up to me, and said, hey, that kid just called you the N-word. I was like, what? What's the N-word? And my friend pulled me aside and explained what it was, and I was like crying. I was upset. I didn't know what it meant.
When someone called me a nigger when I was in PE one time, and he hit me with a lacrosse stick.
Third grade, when we did a mock election for the Obama versus John McCain,
and I voted for Barack Obama, and she said that I was only voting for him because I was black.
And someone said, oh, you're just voting for him because he's a nigger. So it was pretty dramatic. I always remember that. It was pretty hard.
And then afterwards I went and told the teacher, and the teacher said that, well, she kind of has a point. So I think that was like one of the moments that it was just kind of like.
We have African American students in a predominantly white community that are experiencing some of the coming of age issues that other students are, that their white counterparts are, Latino counterparts are, but they experience them in a different way. And the ethnic lens that they're experiencing their coming of age, if you will, is often tainted by the color of their skin. White people don't get up in the morning and think about being white, for the most part. Every black person that I know, when you get up in the morning, you have to think about being black and what that means in the society. And if this is the day that I am going to be confronted with a racial situation that will get out of control.
And me and my mom are walking, I'm holding my mom's hand, she's holding my older sister's hand on the other side. There's no cars, we look both ways. And then we step in the street, and then this car comes speeding so fast. And then he says, "Get your nigger kids out of the road." And then he gets out of the car, and she like goes like this, and the guy actually, he picked up the cake that was like what was left, and he actually punched my mom, and it caused her to, a tooth to come loose, and she had to get like dental work and stuff like that. And that was the biggest thing for me, because before that happened, I already knew that people wouldn't like me just because of this. But when it starts to affect my mom, who looks the same as the people that don't like me for being this, I just had to, I was kind of hungry, you know, for some answers, like what's going on and why is this happening? And my dad wasn't in my life, so.
Most people have mentors, guides, people who can help them navigate and negotiate the landmines of race in the community. In a community like this, that's not always apparent. And sometimes our students don't even have that at home. So because you don't have a strong network of support, that tends to really weigh heavily on the minds and the psyches of these young people.